You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White sports supporters. Well, a lot of news today. I like it. I like it a lot. Couple of things. We got Charles Barkley coming out, sending a warning to the players in the WNBA about, you better play a season. You better not strike. You better go out and play basketball, because this is not going to turn out the way you think it's going to turn out. And the other thing we've got, what's that smell? Oh, man. What is that? Oh, that's the stench of bullshit. Yeah. Where is that? Where is it? Damn. Where's that stench coming from? It's coming from the WNBPA survey. That is getting exposed, actually. That maybe that was not on the up and up. And maybe the letter that came out, the letter of solidarity. Well, the one thing we found out is that did not come from Breonna Stewart or Kelsey Plum's camp. Ruh-roh. So there may still be a split. We will get to that, because the survey situation, it is perplexing. Let's go over here. Charles Barkley looks like he was probably on the Rich Eisen show, and the CBA negotiations were brought up.
Yeah, they need to be very careful. They're walking on thin ice right now, Susie. Number one, I wish those ladies luck. I want them to get paid as much as possible. I wish them nothing but the best. But let me tell you something. I had Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. I've had some of the greatest players ever, and we went on strike. Listen, you got to be careful of trying to figure out your. I know they're doing some great things, but you have to be. You can't overplay your hand. Like I say, I want those ladies to make as much money as possible, and I don't want to be one of those fools get on TV and say I don't know their financial workings. I don't know how all their stuff working, but I will tell you this. As a league that had Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and 100 great players, I think we went on strike 3 times. So this notion, just because you got power and talent, these billionaire owners just going to give you everything you want. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So I wish those ladies great success. I hope they get paid what they deserve. But you can overplay your hand. Like I say, in the NBA, we're like, nah, we're not gonna go on strike. They need us. And I'm like, then I know you know what I was doing, Sue? Sitting my black ass at home, unemployed. These guys, like, I remember sitting in those meetings, they're like, no, they're not going to strike. We too important, blah, blah, blah. When the season started, I was sitting at home playing damn tiddlywinks, and I want to tell the women, like I say, I wish they get as much money as possible. I wish them nothing but the best, but you have to really be careful overplaying your hand, because, listen, one thing about people who make money, they're never going to be billionaires. Billionaires always have the upper hand on millionaires, okay? No matter how many millions you got, you're not a billionaire. So you always have to be careful overplaying your hand. What you do is you try to make the best deal possible in the moment and keep growing and make it that things like that. But you have to be careful overplaying your hand.
He said, do not overplay your hand. Let's be real. Charles, Magic, Michael, Larry. That's the 4 biggest names, arguably, in the history of the NBA, especially 3 of them. Sorry, Chuck. I mean, you're in the top 10 probably. and they didn't have the power that they thought they did when they went up against the owners, and he is sending the players a warning right now. This is not a fight you're going to win. You may think you are, but you're going to overplay your hand. And in the case, look, the league could come back and had all those NBA players to fall back on. That's not the W. The W is not in that situation. And that is something that these players have got to take a step back. And I think some of these players do realize that, actually, believe it or not. I think Kelsey Plum and Breonna Stewart and some of these players realize if we lose the season, we lose money. And they don't want to strike. Interesting. Sir Charles with the warning shot. Now, this is looks like The 9 Sports. And he dropped a bombshell. What's this guy's name? Howard Mugdall. I want to give him credit for this. There's the letter that the WNBPA put out. Now, here's his commentary that he's heard about the thing. Accordingly, well, let me go up a little. As you'll see below, when asked Kelsey Plum on Monday whether she believed the executive committee needed to be unanimous in its recommendation for the WNBPA to move forward on a strategy, she wasn't sure. And that's not Kelsey Plum's fault. It's because nearly impossible to imagine some members of the EC accepting anything like the current deal, or some members of the EC authorizing a strike. Even within the EC, the goal line varies. Accordingly, even the WNBPA's messaging that later followed the letter regarding the survey sent last week is perplexing. All right, this is what we went over the other day. 84% would not accept the current deal. By the way, they got the percentages wrong up here. I mean, honestly, the whole thing was a joke. But they got the percentages wrong. Anyway, 84%, no, I would not accept 15%, and want the union to keep negotiating. So that was put out as this big showing of solidarity, except even the survey was strange. Two things on this. It is notable that the PA effectively used push polling methodology in surveying its membership. This isn't just a question in search of an answer. It leads to a skewing of the actual usefulness of the data for the PA itself. Who is this for? ? Also, the league has maintained the current math puts the current net revenue at north of 70%, not 50%, which multiple sources familiar with the current proposal confirmed to The 9 Sports. There is, according to Kelsey Plum and Breonna Stewart on Monday, a way to reach an agreement regardless of the revenue system if the actual revenue is agreeable to players. But the PA has not even entertained that possibility in a proposal. And it is March 4th. It's all difficult to fathom. The leaked letter, 3 sources told The 9 Sports, did not come from Plum's camp, Stewart's camp, or Nafesia Collier's camp. That means almost by definition, it came from a faction within the PA less eager to settle. So what purpose did that serve? Again, who is this for? All the infighting has left rank and file members deeply unsettled. One described the entire process to me as, quote, an episode of reality television show. What a mess. Another confirmed to me that the survey, even within push-pulling questions, neglected to provide a positive set of parameters for what the players would want. This is particularly concerning as it's related to the middle class of members. For reference, a letter from Plum and Stewart did speak to that explicitly. The result is players like Natasha Cloud want to make sure the middle class have been taken care of, but they aren't even being given specific benchmarks for what they should look like in the PA's view. Wow. The PA, according to numerous members who spoke with the 9 Sports, has been unwilling to commit to a figure internally that they're fighting for, like a veteran minimum. Instead, the final top line needed to be negotiated first. That's left numerous players unsure of what they're fighting for. In the survey, the 6 people who told the 9 Sports, it left them more confused than before. Wow. This whole thing is a dumpster fire. So now the survey's being called into question. Like, it sounds to me like people voted in a survey for something they wasn't quite sure, and they got the numbers wrong. Unbelievable. Whole thing's it's shady. It's shady. And it sounds like, if you ask me, the letter of solidarity, might not have been so solid after all. What an absolute mess. It's a mess. But again, this all works in the favor of the WNBA. It does. I mean, this is because they're trying to put it out like we're a unified front. Are you? Because it sounds like you're kind of not. Still. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Wow. More drama to come, I promise. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.